Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of GMS who rule well. Hey, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. We are here for the 12 tribes only, and the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel. Judah, the so-called Negro, Benjamin, the so-called West Indian Jamaican, Levi, the so-called Haitian. We are here for Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians, Gad, the North American Indians, Issachar, the so-called Mexicans, Zebulon is Guatemala to Panama, Manasseh, the so-called Cubans, Simeon, the so-called Dominicans, Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, Asher is Colombia to Uruguay, and Naphtali is Argentina to Chile, man. These are the 12 tribes of Israel who our big brother Yahweh Shai is coming to redeem. 1/3 the elect, and 2/3 are set up for the destruction, you know? And a lot of things are going on in the news. When you look at the alternative news, a lot is heating up. The tensions are heating up between the U.S. and the Arab nations, man. You know, because the Lord had Trump make mention of Jerusalem being the capital of Israel, and those Palestinian Arabs, man, they didn't like it. So things are heating up, man. The Lord is bringing his chess move, man. He's moving the pieces, man, to where they need to be in order to start this third world war, and him destroying Esau and the other nations and raising up the nation of Israel into their proper place, man. Being in the rulership of this world, man. You know. This is 2nd Ezra 9:1. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thy time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Right? So we measure the time diligently, man, within itself. This particular course of action, right, to accomplish a goal that Yahweh Shai has, is to destroy the nations and raise up Israel. We're measuring that time diligently, man. So we're watching the alternative news, you're constantly reading documents, right? Looking at the alternative news websites, man, because the local news only do local news, man. They're not gonna get in depth of what's really happening out here in the world. That's too much. They keep you blind by just showing you what's happening locally. You know, like it's just happening where you at. So we watching for the signs of his son, his son, and coming back to this earth to deliver the nation of Israel, right? And the signs are being revealed basically right every day, man. You know, the ones who watching is the elect, man. 2/3 are the one who's basically asleep, man. 2/3 are dead, man. They're not paying attention to what's going on, man. And it says, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, right? Some of the signs, one of the signs is the men's on the highways and the byways, man. Because no time in that we know of in our 500 years of being in captivity, you haven't had men since Abba came out in 69 to 70 come out on the highways and byways, man. You know, this is one of the signs, man. Seeing the men on the highways and byways teaching the word, man. You know, you seeing many natural disasters. You got floods that's happening. You know, here just this past weekend, man, we just half of Arkansas is flooded, man. You know, you have a lot of other natural disasters. You have fires going on the West Coast. Like California, Southern California is on fire, and it's still on fire. Been on fire for for years, man. You know, you have all kinds of earthquakes, man. You have sinkholes just opening up in the land. You got sinkholes just opening up in the in swamps. You know, so these are natural disasters, man. These are things that are signs, man. You have comets that's been coming, blood moons, man. These are signs that let you know that Yahweh Shai is on his way to deliver the elect of the nation of Israel, man. And it says, then verse 2, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made, man. You have a lot of civil unrest that's going on. Troops in the streets. Look at what you have going on. The UN ordered the troops to go to Chicago, right? You have UN troops that are in Haiti right now. You know, down there being wicked, man, raping women constantly, man. They've been doing it. So their presence is this martial law presence is becoming more and more, man. That's why Esau the order out chaos, man. He creates this chaos, but he got the answer for it, you know? He creates these things, man. The civil unrest, man, with people going crazy. And he'll have the answer by bringing in the troops, man. So we right here at this time where Yahweh Shai is getting ready to come back, and these prophecies must be fulfilled, man. But people are just lollygagging around and call themselves enjoying the holiday season, man. This thing could jump off tomorrow, man. And it says, Second Ezra 9:1, he answered me then and said, measure thy time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shall thou understand that it is the very same time the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Man, visit meaning punish, man. Because you have mass rampant shootings that's been going on for about the last 6, 7 years, man. It's always some kind of shooting that's going on, you know. Pestilence and famine, pollution is at its highest, man. You know, famine is at its highest, man. Wickedness is at an all-time high. So these are signs, man. Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, right? So it says, the uproar, what? An uproar of the people, earthquakes, those are shaking and commotion, man. You have earthquakes that are constantly happening every day. You know, 6 and 7s, man, in Mexico and Japan and all out there in the Pacific. Even here in Arkansas, man, we have earthquakes every day, but they're on a low scale. They're like 1s and 2s. You really can't feel it. But that fault line that they talk about runs right through here, man. So when that day comes that the Lord has them to shoot missiles on this place, that fault line, man, when it rocks America, it's gonna split right through this place, man. It's gonna split right through Arkansas, man. It's gonna separate. It's gonna shake them titanium plates, and they're gonna separate America, man. It's gonna be separated and then destroyed, man. And it says, verse 4, then shall thou be well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning, right? So he spoke even from the beginning. So these things have to play themselves out, man. The kingdom of heaven is already been established, man. Esau has already been destroyed, you know, in the spirit. So we have to come here and manifest this thing out physically, man. It all has to manifest itself out, you know. and he will be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction, man. Let's see. Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifested. So Esau's rulership is going to have an end, man. Right? He's ruling right now, and his rulership will have an end, man. Show you Second Ezra. Second Ezra 6 and 9 and 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob held first the heel of Esau, symbolizing what he would bring him down, man, out of that rulership spot. And it says, verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that which follows. So it says it's the end of the world, so everything has a beginning and an end, right? So I'm good, man. I don't need it. Yeah, I'm good. Y'all just know y'all Israelites, man. Okay. You know what I'm saying? They ain't never told us that in school. So what's finna happen? You see how they're playing that politic thing with this president we got now, that fool.
Yes,
yeah. You see how he's saying things and it's upsetting everybody else. Yeah. But that's part of prophecy that the Lord said that would happen right before we take over again. Because since y'all been living and I've been living, we always been on the bottom. Yeah. Even the Constitution said we 3/5 of human, right? Mm-hmm. But before, who were we before? And who were we before in the old days? We were the ancient queens and kings and queens of this land, and we